Hello fellow language learning nerds, welcome to a new video! A video in which I would like to talk about kanji. Specifically, I've been thinking recently about when do you start learning kanji? If you've decided to take the journey of learning Japanese, I think there's like loads of different points in the language learning timeline in which you could start learning kanji, and I think I've picked like 4 main slots 4 main periods of time in which you could start learning kanji, and I thought I'll just go over them, talk a little bit about each of them, tell you which one I kind of did, and then maybe tell you which one I think is a good idea. Yeah, because I had been thinking about this recently, and I think it's an important thing you have to consider if you're starting to learn Japanese, because it's a big part of the language, and it's a big kind of task to undertake. You know, it's an epic journey that you have to go on, you know. Frodo has to go to Mordor, the rebels have to defeat the Empire, I have to defeat that 2-headed monstrosity, and you have to start learning kanji. So when do you do that? So as I say, I picked kind of like 4 kind of main time slots in which you could start learning kanji, and I'm going to start with the easiest one, which is never. It is legit okay if you just don't want to get into that at all. If, you know, people learn languages for a plethora of reasons, right? And some people just want to concentrate on speaking and listening, communicating verbally in the language, and they don't want to go as deep as learning all of those kanji, and, you know, maybe reading and writing just isn't a priority for them. Maybe they just don't need it practically, in which case it's completely fair to just say no thank you. You know, it could be that time in the classroom where the teacher is like, and now it's time to start learning the first 1,000 kanji, and you are totally okay to just be like, I'm gonna get my coat. Like, that is completely fine. So yeah, easy option number 1, never. The second one, I guess, let's go to the complete opposite end of that spectrum and just say like day one of you learning Japanese, and you're like, yes, let's get in there, let's start learning kanji straight away. And you know what, if you are really enthusiastic and really excited to start to learn this kanji, then by all means start learning it straight away. You know, it's if you have the motivation for it, dive right in. I think a lot of people, especially from say an English point of view, I hear a lot of people be like, whoa, doing all that kanji, that's a lot. But you know, there are other languages that use those kanji, so maybe if someone knows say Mandarin and they've been reading and writing in that, you know, maybe they're like, I'm not scared of kanji, I'm not, it's fine. Maybe from day 1 they can look at a Japanese sentence and just automatically start to get some little meanings out of it because of another language that they've been learning. So yeah, the other 2 options are 2 different versions of waiting a little while after you've started learning Japanese. The third one I'd say is starting to learn kanji as soon as you finish learning hiragana and katakana. So some of you might know already, if you're already learning Japanese, that Japanese has 3 scripts to it: hiragana, katakana, and kanji. And you can't usually roughly learn it in that order: hiragana and katakana first, and then you get into kanji. And it could just be a kind of keep that ball rolling of you've done your hiragana, you've done your katakana, and then you're like, right, no, let's keep going, keep on going, go into kanji, and you can just keep on going in that way and just make it one big flow with all of them, which is fair. I think like that might be a very typical thing to do if you're learning in a classroom setting, I think. And yeah, if you want to keep on going, if you're in that kind of routine of learning a new character, or you've been learning like, okay, I've been learning a new hiragana every day, and then a katakana each and every day, and then yeah, it makes sense that you can keep that going with, once you've learned that, it's like, and now let's go straight into kanji and keep that going, and maybe keep that routine that you've built up with hiragana and katakana and just keep on going. That's a fair thing to do, you know. And then the fourth one would be learn your hiragana, learn your katakana, have a little break, and then after a while, once you feel ready, then start learning some kanji. And I think this is the one that I did. So I learned hiragana and katakana, and I just kind of I didn't go straight into learning kanji. I just had this kind of like break. And I think the benefit of doing that was that I was able to really cement my hiragana and katakana knowledge. I felt very comfortable using those by the time that I started learning kanji. Now this might be a bit slow for some people. I think maybe they'll be a bit like, I want to get learning to it. But I think I'm glad I did it that way, because I feel like if I had gone straight into learning kanji, then I would have been, you know, part way through learning some kanji, and then I probably would have had some struggle with, say, hiragana, and then I would feel a bit demotivated, being like, well, how am I meant to carry on learning this complicated kanji when I can't even remember the beginning bit, hiragana, correctly? And I think starting to learn kanji when I was really comfortable using hiragana and katakana just kind of made me feel like hiragana, katakana, sorted, it's done, I feel comfortable with that, I don't need to worry about it anymore. And then I completely concentrated on kanji. As I say, like for some people this might be too slow, you know, they're just like, oh, come on, I want to start learning it, and so they don't want to wait around. And then the other kind of, maybe a little opposite kind of idea of that is, you might think, oh, okay, yeah, I'll wait a bit before I learn kanji, and then you wait a bit longer, and then you wait a bit longer, because starting kanji is a huge task, and maybe you just keep putting that off for a good while. So then maybe you end up learning it a lot later than you then later feel like you should have, because yeah, kanji is intimidating, not gonna lie. There's thousands of them. Yeah, so those four I feel like are the main kind of timelines where you could potentially start learning kanji. You could start learning it day one. You could start learning it as soon as you get hiragana and katakana kind of done, or you could wait a little while to kind of cement hiragana and katakana, be much more comfortable with them, with using them before you start using it. And then of course, you don't have to do any of that if you don't feel like it. So yeah, I ended up doing it waiting a bit after hiragana. And I think that looking back, I think that suited me very well, although I probably could have started a little bit earlier. But I know a bunch now, though I still got a lot more to do. Just with those four options alone, I think you can see that there's quite a lot of variety in when you could learn kanji. Ultimately, you can start learning it whenever you feel like, really, I think. I guess this is not very helpful if you're hoping that I would give you a definite answer as to when you should learn it. But yeah, start whenever you feel like, is my conclusion. It's a big task learning kanji, so if you want to do it, start it when you feel comfortable, because it's a lot of work, though I promise you it is really, really satisfying when you see it out in the wild and then you can read it and you're like, yes, I understand what it means. It means toilet. Satisfying and practical. Anyway, I'd be very interested to hear when you started learning kanji in your Japanese learning journey, or when you're thinking about maybe learning kanji. Yeah, because I think this is something that is very different for each person and might be influenced by different reasons, not just by your own reasons of when you feel comfortable, but sometimes people are like, I'm learning in a class and my teacher says I got to start next week. So, but yeah, I would love to hear about your kanji beginner timeline. So please do let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories. But I will stop rambling for now and let you get on with the rest of your day. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video. So remember, may your grammar be structured and your vocabulary varied. Bye!